So I did do the show with DDG. It was it wasn't recent, but it is one of my more memorable shows. It was really enjoyable. Essentially, you know, DDG was on tour at that time. So he was on tour at that time, and
we call ourselves CiiiTY, but we global, and everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.
Welcome back, everybody. CiiiTY Media, changing the youth media. Today, I'm with Dre OD.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's that young boy Dre OD in the goddamn building. What's happening, y'all?
What's happening, family? What's going on?
Bullin' vibe. You already know what it is, man.
Hell yeah, man. You know, as soon as I walk in, man, the first thing I feel like I realize is your energy, man. You're very high energy. I love it, man. It makes conversation very comfortable. And you ain't no stranger to nobody, man.
Honestly, man, that's one thing I love about myself, man, is that I try to go ahead and just be super open. I keep my heart on my sleeve, and I don't try to have any hidden agendas or anything like that. Everything about me you see from face first.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it like that.
Hell yeah, man. What's the climate like right now? What's the newest thing from you? What you got going on right now?
The newest thing we got going on right now is I got a single getting ready to drop called Top Down. So I'm getting ready to drop that. That with another project coming in August. This is going to actually be my first project dropping in 2020. We try to do a full-blown rollout this time.
Yeah.
You know, full rollout, marketing, promotion, everything, the works. That's what I'm trying to get in. Just put the city on the map. Really, that's what we're trying to do right now. Just let niggas know that Palm Beach got people over here that can make it to the top.
Yeah, man, I love it, man. I love that. I love that about our music culture nowadays, man. You know, it's a change. It's a real change in Palm Beach right now. And you aren't the first person I had on here to speak about putting the city on the map, man. So as long as everybody going after it and like that, I feel like we're gonna be a real hub, man.
We got tons of fire artists out here, man. But we just need that platform. You know what I'm saying? We just need that platform so we can go ahead and showcase our talents.
You grew up in Palm Beach.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in Palm Beach. You're a young prince of Palm Beach.
Born in Beach, you already know. Yes, sir.
Born in Beach specifically. What were some of the earlier experiences growing up around here?
I'll say this. I mean, one of my earlier experiences I could definitely say is growing up, just fighting at a young age. We got into a lot of fights, and they weren't even fights for an actual reason. It's just the end of school day would end, and niggas would just be fighting.
Yeah.
And it was literally just like that growing up. Not just that. I mean, when it comes to other situations, like a racist situation, I remember getting dropped off at school one time and having another student get dropped off and having their parents drive past me yelling fucking nigger.
Wow.
While they drive past me. Me and the student, we in the same class. You know what I'm saying? So just growing up and just dealing with situations like that just taught me to definitely be to not have thin skin at all. You gotta be thick skinned to be living out here.
Yeah, man. Wow, that's facts. You know what? The thing about Florida is we're kind of like your typical high school lunchroom.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like everybody's so blindly divided. Like you don't even realize, like you know how you have in high school, you got the cool kids here, you got the nerds there.
Yeah.
Like in Florida is actually one of the, if not the top, one of the top most it's the top place for the most hateful groups of people.
I think I saw that article actually. I think I actually saw that article or whatnot, and it's really discouraging or whatnot, because it's like, damn, dog, I don't want to see that shit about my city. I don't. But
it's just, a lot of people don't realize it though. When you read that, you're like, what? Like I grew up here, but you're around the people you around, and once you meet these other folks, you're like, damn, I can't believe people think like this.
It's literally a crab in a barrel mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people trying to get out the barrel, so they pulling other people down so they can come up, basically using them as a stepping stone.
Definitely. Wow. Okay, and then on the basis of that experience, there are black folks that have never, to themselves, they've never experienced racism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
it's weird meeting those type of black people.
I would ask, how would a conversation like that go when you meet certain people like that?
you can't really have an in-depth conversation with that type of person, only because they would never truly, they're never truly going to be able to understand until they experience it themselves.
Yeah.
So it's really just going to be a bunch of assumptions and hopefulness really in that conversation, but that's as much as it's going to be.
Okay. On the music end, Dre OD,
Yes,
what's that? What is that? What does that name mean to you? How did you come up? How did you get that rap name right there?
So this is a really, really good question right here, man. So when it comes to Dre OD, my real name, Leslie, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's my real name or whatever, whatnot. But growing up, as you can probably imagine, you know, niggas probably ain't like, you know, that's weird, you know, a boy having, you know, a girl type of name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Growing up, you can already imagine what a nigga went through, and I never really liked it up until, I think, high school, you know what I'm saying? I never really enjoyed my name. So I had this other persona, Dre. And not just that, I also had, when I first started making music and really diving into it, one thing I wanted to show in my name was what music means to me. And the OD specifically means overdose.
Okay.
But it's also synonymous with overly dedicated.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was overly dedicated.
And overdose does not mean overdosing on what people would think like is drugs. Specifically what it means is when you find a body of work that you enjoy so much, you put your headphones on and you're listening to it throughout the entire album length times 2, and you drown yourself in that music. You're literally almost falling asleep to that music.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by overdosing on the music. You're literally absorbing and enjoying the actual work that, you know, you're listening to.
Overindulging.
Yes.
In your music.
Correct.
That's dope. That's dope. I thought he was OD.
Yes, sir.
I thought he was overly dedicated. What I thought OD was.
It's synonymous for that also, because overly dedicated, as you know, is was one of the earlier mixtapes from Kendrick Lamar. And when I first started actually taking music serious, I had to come back to music 3 times in my life before I realized this is what I wanted to do. And when I came back, Overly Dedicated was the mixtape that really put the battery in my pack and got me running. I loved it so much, I got to put it in my name.
Yeah, that's what I actually have a homeboy named Leslie who does CiiiTY media with us. He's not here now.
Hey, shout out to that boy, man. Shout out to you, dog. Yeah.
He's the first person I met, the first man I met with that name too. And I can understand that. You know, at first I was like, you know, Leslie.
Well, hey, you can imagine how that boy felt growing up in pre-K, kindergarten, first grade, man. Just as ruthless.
Got into a couple fights.
Had to.
Yeah.
My mama named me this man. Hey. Gotta deal with it.
Yeah, man. Other things I saw real dope of you. You had a show not too long ago here in Wellington. It was with a popular YouTuber, DDG. I actually saw the flight. Did that show happen? And what was that experience like?
So I did do the show with DDG. It was it wasn't recent, but it is one of my more memorable shows. It was really, really enjoyable. Essentially, you know, DDG was on tour at that time. So he was on tour at that time, and when I was doing this show, this was at a point in time where I was, you know, just booking every single show that I can get on. So I was just booking every single show. I booked this show. I got on. The amount of love that I received from this show was phenomenal. It was the type of love that I received going out of state. I performed in Atlanta. I performed in California. I performed in Texas. I performed in multiple locations. And every time I go out of the state, I guess because I'm a foreigner to them, they really enjoy.
They support you for real, yeah.
And that's the same feeling I got from this DDG show as well. You know what I'm saying? The crowd was just swinging with me. They was singing with me. They was loving it. You know what I'm saying? If the crowd didn't have, you know, like jits, I probably would have tried to jump into it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, they actually got like kids there too. So, but it was super lit. Like DDG came and did his shit too, and it was just super, super lit.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's what's up. Are you like a fan of these and stuff like that? Or what have you ever watched them before getting that show?
Yeah, so yeah, I know DDG. I follow his YouTube page. I know he does his regular YouTube and vlogs, and then he does the music as well on the side. I do enjoy his music. I like his videos too. I'm trying to get into that type of aspect also, but that takes a lot of work to get into that type of shit too. When it comes to DDG, I want to see if we might be able to do work more in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously with everything with Corona and everything that's going on, it's hard to really like link up with a lot of people, especially if they're not already in your state.
Yeah.
So,
It might be the opportunity to pre-plan something like that. I know that's the advantages of this whole pandemic, is that a lot of people have gotten in touch more with higher celebrities and stuff like that. It's just everybody's on the internet, everybody's chilling at home, and people have gotten more opportunities in that way. Some of the things I've noticed.
no, you're absolutely right. Even I've been reaching out to people, even with Hoodrich. I reached out to Hoodrich, Papa One. He actually hit me back, we chopped it up. He was doing, a mixtape that he was presenting. He accepted my song that I wanted to go ahead and have put on there, which is Gelato. Go ahead, stream that everywhere. And he put the song under, and I love it. You know what I'm saying? And we're still in communication to this day.
Yeah.
I'm always sending him tracks back and forth. And right now we're in the works for something, so let's go ahead, let's hope for the future.
Yeah, man, I'd love to see more good things come out of that, man, with you collaborating with more people. I feel like, you're one of those artists that if you heard, you could really, people that hear you really fuck with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even though I remember I had linked up with Zay and I had linked up with Drum when I was out there. I remember one time at South by Southwest and another time when I was at A3C and ATF. And I remember when I linked up with both of them, each time me and my squad, we had like a speaker, we were just bumping our music or whatever, whatnot. They both fuck with it. And I got both of their contacts and I'm still in communication with them to this day also. So
They knew it was you, or they were just like, who is that?
no, they knew it was me because I made sure I was like, hey, this is me. Hey, this is me right here, bro. Listen to this. Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. Gelato's one that we were talking earlier on. Kind of like bring us into the process of making that song right there.
The process of making Gelato, really, when it comes to making music itself, the first thing you have to do is catch a vibe. The very first thing you do is catch a vibe. So I let the beat play once, twice. I caught a feeling. I caught like a really, really energetic, hype aspect to it. It just made me want to yell on the track.
Yeah.
So, and not just that, but I also, the track spoke to me to a point where it just told me like, yo, just say what you want, no filter. Literally the first verse is, I told a little bitch she gotta get on her knees.
Yeah.
First line.
Disrespectful. How dare you?
First line.
Has to. No choice.
But dog, it was so fun making that track though, because once we caught that vibe, that track was done like that. It was done like that. Literally
You set
15,
the tone,
20
you
minutes.
set the tone with the first verse.
Yep. And that track still right now is like one of my, it's actually my #1 streaming track right now. Everyone's really, really loves that track, and I love that track. That's the track I play at the end of all my performances.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a crowd closer or whatever, whatnot, but still allows me to get like super, super hype before we close out
So
the
you
show.
could leave them with your
My presence.
your presence there. Yeah. That's what's up, man. Aside from the music, what would we mostly catch you doing for fun? And what's the everyday life of Dre OD, man?
The everyday life of Dre OD is pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a nigga still got like a regular job or whatever, whatnot. So that's still going about. But other than that, we over here, we're focused on making content right now. You know what I'm saying? Really just pushing out t-shirts, pushing out products, merch, pushing out content in terms of photos, videos.
Yeah, branding,
and that's what my focus is anytime I have free time. Because one person taught me, like, when it comes to time is the one thing you can't get back. You can always get money back, you can always get this back, that back, whatever, but you can never get time back.
Yeah.
So focus your time, as of now, on investing into yourself. And once you invest your time into yourself, you will go ahead and either become or be able to create what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing on myself a lot of the times I'm free.
Yeah, hell yeah. Time is the most important currency, And yeah, like you said, man, money ain't got nothing on time. I actually had Beto in here, Beto Dead Fresh.
Hey,
And
shout out.
shout out to Beto, yeah, man. and he was he mentioned something on that too. He was talking about the 10,000 hours. You know, just mastering your craft, putting all the time you can into it, and then just being patient with that, man.
Yeah, patience is something you need too, man. Cause I've been doing this for I think going on 7 years now. Officially, like taking music hard. I went through a lot of phases. You know what I'm saying? I went through phases of just booking shows and getting on other people's shows to the point where I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
I make my own shows and I book other artists on top of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Try to flip the script, take another, looking at it from a different camera angle, you know what I'm saying? And again, it comes back to focusing on yourself at that point also, because yeah, I can book shows on other people's shows or whatever, whatnot, and it might give me a push. Or I could take the route of booking my own shows, getting paid a lot more, getting other artists put onto those shows, and still almost ending up with the same amount of clout that a nigga was looking for.
Yeah.
So,
how long would you say you've been doing music?
I would officially say 7 years.
7 years of doing music. But in terms of putting out work, and then in seven years of putting out work and stuff like that.
I have officially 5 tapes out. I have 2 tapes by myself. I have 3 tapes with my old squad, and I have countless singles. I probably have over 150 just regular songs like on my SoundCloud.
Okay. I know a lot of artists do this. They get either they find a unique niche, or they start to pop off. Would you delete your old work? Would you focus on? Would you start over per se?
No, I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't delete any of my old work. That's like it's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to erase your past, but really you shouldn't be trying to erase it. You should look at it as a stepping stone. You should look at it as a lesson. You should look at it like, okay, then like this is what I did back then, and I can see how much I've evolved and how much I've grown and how much I've progressed from that time period. Also, it's a reflection, so that way you don't ever go back to doing anything like that.
Yeah.
Because if you delete it, and sometime in the future you end up doing something similar and you don't realize it. I mean, that's all dependent upon you.
We are CiiiTY.